hold on. Let me fix my hair. All right.
Oh, that hurt.
Go for it.
Welcome back to Cinema Drinking Buddies, where we review movies and drink.
You drink.
We drink. It's not bad.
It's not, actually.
Oh. So yes, this is called a Manhattan. What was it called again?
Fireball Manhattan.
Fireball Manhattan.
For the girl on fire.
Yep. And so yes, we're going to be reviewing Hunger Games.
Welcome to the 74th Annual Hunger Games!
And if you want to learn how to make this drink, stick around to the end of the video and we'll show you how.
So what'd you think about the movie?
I liked it a lot, actually. I remember going to see this movie when it came out. I remember when I saw it the first time, I thought it was fine, you know? I mean, and I'd seen it a couple times after that. But I don't know what it was about this. Last time I watched it, I was just like, dang, this is actually a really good movie.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I was the same way. Because I've seen it before, and I know you loaned me the book, and I only read a part of it, but I had that book for like 3-4 months. When I watched it again, I was like, oh wow, I got really intrigued into the movie. Just like, I have no idea why.
Yeah.
I guess the time I watched it, or I enjoyed the movie a lot too.
Yeah, I think a lot of it just has to do with the fact that there's like, the events of this movie are because of something else that happened, and it's kind of interesting for me to sort of think about that.
I don't know if the books go in depth with this, but I kind of want to know the other cities and what their situations are, I guess.
Like the other districts?
Yeah.
Yeah. The books kind of go into a little bit more depth. I know they just came out with a prequel book that's come out within the last month or 2 or 3.
Oh, okay.
I cannot remember what the name of the book is, but I definitely want to read it. I don't know if it's supposed to take place like during the rebellion that happened that led to the creation of the Hunger Games, or if it's supposed to take place after that or even before that or what. But this movie and this whole series has just kind of created this like universe of, you know, people and places and events and things like that.
Because I know that the different districts, like one district always wins.
Yeah.
The other districts are a lot poorer in terms of their food and everything. So I was interested in the other districts because they only go a little bit into it.
We're only reviewing the first Hunger Games movie here, but the other movies like Catching Fire and Mockingjay go into a little bit more about the other districts. If we do more movies, which I'd like to do because I really like this one, you know, we'll learn a little bit more about those.
It was a good refresher of this movie. I enjoyed it. Battles in this movie between person and person, it was very interesting. Like the first scene where they count down to go and they fight, and it's just basically in the center, and then you basically, I didn't expect this from a PG-13 movie, but it didn't get graphic, but it didn't stray away from it.
Yeah, like you knew what was happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you could see like blood splattering and things like that. I mean, you didn't see the person's, you know, head getting bashed in, but I mean, you saw the blood.
Yeah.
Just the whole concept of putting kids in an arena and having them fight it out is just like, I don't know. I mean, that's just...
yeah, you really need to see Battle Royale then.
Yeah.
That's one of those movies. It just...
Yeah.
The premise of the reasoning why is completely different than this movie.
Yeah.
And it's something that they do every year, right? And so you already know this is going to happen. You don't know if you're going to get picked or not, but you know this is going to happen.
Yeah.
Like some people, they never get picked, so they're just like, oh, okay, we'll do this over again. Kind of like what Katniss felt like, because she was so used to it. Because I guess she went through it multiple years.
I'm trying to remember. I think she's 16, either 16 or 17 in this movie. Just from reading the books, that I think Gale was a year older than her, and then this was Prim's first year in the games. It's mentioned very like briefly in the movie, but in the book they talk about how they could get food for their families, but it costs their name going into it one more time. So some people's names were in it more than once because they had gotten food from the peacekeepers or from the Capitol or whoever, and the cost to get food for yourself and your family was to put your name in there again. I think in the movie she asks Gale, like, you know, how many times is your name in there, and he told her it was a lot. And then when after Katniss had gotten chosen and Prim came to see her, you know, she told Prim, you know, don't take anything from them again. You know, don't put your name in there, you know, more than you have to. The poorer you were, especially in that district, the higher chance you had of getting picked.
And what they first brought attention to you was Katniss' hunting abilities and her ability to track and finding out. So she's very resourceful.
Yeah, hunting, setting traps.
And so they basically put that out in the first bit. So that is what actually helps her a lot during the Hunger Games. And you notice that a lot.
Yeah, because like that first day, she like it showed her setting traps, and she actually caught something and ate.
Yeah,
she was able to find water, so like she could, if it was just like a survival like thing, she would be fine.
She basically said, "I don't know if I can hunt humans," which is pretty crazy to think about. And what was it? Gail says there's no difference.
Yeah,
so I was like, "Oh wow."
Well, I mean, when it's your life or theirs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what are you going to do in that situation?
She does that.
Well, because I'm thinking about the people that she actually killed, and the first person that I don't want to say she killed, but died because of her was Glimmer.
Bees, right?
Yeah. They're the tracker jackers or the murder hornets or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
But like she sawed that thing down. The thing fell on all of them, but Glimmer like died as a result.
Yeah.
She like directly killed Marvel when she was there with Rue, and Rue was trapped in that net.
Yeah, that's the only person she killed.
Yeah.
Because she hesitated with...
the girl who attacked her, Clove.
Yeah, she's the one that like she hesitated before killing her. I think there's only one person she actually killed.
Yeah. She only actually killed one person, and it was like a revenge kill.
Yeah. Yeah, we may have a movie kind of like comparing the book versus the movie.
Yeah.
So
I think that'd be really good to do, especially for this movie.
Yeah, if you want to see that, leave in the comments, let us know.
Because one thing I will say about the book and the movie is this is probably one of the better movies as far as actually staying true to the books. As far as like movies that I've seen where I've actually read the book as well. So I think this would be a really good one.
Harry Potter didn't do a bad job.
No. Like the earlier movies didn't do a bad job. But once like they got to like some of the later movies, like movie like 5 and going forward
straight away.
A little bit, not a lot. Like I mean, the main plot stayed the same, but some of the details and things like that.
I read the first 2 books, so they were pretty apart. But
the first 2 books did a good job.
Yeah, we're going off topic on that.
Yeah, we are.
So Peeta's ability to paint himself kind of saved his life, but it's just such a weird ability.
Where do you get paint out there?
I don't know. I guess it was one of those bags. I don't know.
Maybe it could have been one of those bags, or maybe a sponsor sent him something.
No, because the sponsor didn't like him.
Really?
Remember? Yeah. Every time something happened, it was because of Katniss. So the first one she got was the thing to help her leg.
Yeah.
And then the second one was to help Peeta's leg, but that's because she kissed.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you've got so much going on here. So this movie takes place. So the capital and the 12 districts are in the country of Panem, which is, the book describes it as being where the United States used to be.
Okay.
So at some point, the United States ceased to exist, and this country called Panem rose up in its place. And then the districts rebelled against the capital. A lot of lives were lost. Capital ended up winning. And they started the Hunger Games as basically the punishment for the districts to, show them that, the capital is stronger.
Which is actually terrible.
It's really terrible.
President of the Capitol.
President Snow.
He basically has this happening just to give them that little bit of hope, just so that they can work for it and not just completely give up. But I think that's very terrible.
Yeah, because he
just to give them that little bit of hope, and you don't want to give them too much hope, because then they'll just all overtake it. Which it happened towards the end.
Yeah, District 12 has not had a winner in like 20 something years. Haymitch is the only winner from District 12 that's still living, which is why he's the mentor.
That's
Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson. I was like, Harrison Ford? No, that's not it.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, that's why he kind of gave up, like towards when he got Katniss. He's just like, all right, whatever.
When he first met them, he wasn't in it. But then as he went on, and I guess maybe he started to realize that, hey, they actually have potential. He actually got more serious about training them.
Yeah, I think it all changed when Katniss basically did the arrow, like hitting the apple.
Yeah.
To show him off. And after that, like, that's when his persona changes.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, we have someone that's skilled and someone that's willing to, like, show up.
But, like, I don't know if you've ever watched, like, Jennifer Lawrence's, like, interviews that she does on, like, TV shows and things. But I felt like that moment right there where she did that and said thank you
was
just pure Jennifer Lawrence. Because she's, like, if you've ever watched it, she's a very sarcastic person. Yeah. Just in general. So
you just never translated to her movies.
Yeah. But I feel like in that moment it did. And it was just, we weren't seeing Katniss Everdeen there. We were seeing Jennifer Lawrence there.
Yeah. What if Katniss never volunteered?
Yeah.
And Katniss' sister was actually having to go through, like, would she have made it? Would Peeta help her? I mean,
Peeta, I don't know. Like, that's something to think about. There are so many, like, what ifs.
Yeah. But I think Peeta would still be Peeta, and Peeta wouldn't let her die just because he's Peeta.
Yeah.
And so, but I don't know if Peeta will, like, try to protect her the whole entire time, because there was a moment where Peeta actually was with
the careers.
Yeah, just because he, like, I guess they caught up to him, and so he just basically undercover with them.
Well, he was with them because they were looking for Katniss. Because remember when they like rated everyone out of 12? She was an 11 out of 12, which is like the highest of everyone. So the careers saw her as a threat. So they decided they wanted to team up to take her out. And their best chance of finding her was Peeta, because, you know, he knows her and he knows,
because they came from the same district, basically.
Yeah, and apparently they're like lovers or whatever. So, like, that was why. So if it had been Prim who went instead of Katniss, I don't think that alliance with Peeta would have ever existed.
She would be like Rue, right?
Yeah, she would be like Rue. Peeta might have tried to take care of her, but I think by the time the thing actually ended, neither one of them would have made it, and it would have been one of the careers, probably Kato, who ended up winning the whole thing. Another thing I want to mention, too, is the difference between the lifestyles of the people in the capital and the people in the districts. At least, like, District 12 and District 11, which we kind of got a glimpse. Yeah. Definitely District 12, but we kind of got a glimpse of District 11.
Well, those are only the two districts that it showed, right?
Yeah, and... I mean, we know District 12 was poor. District 11 looked poor. Yeah. And then everyone on the Capitol is just like, oh, you know, when they came on that train, Elizabeth Banks' character Effie was just like, oh yes, we have the finest china, silverware, crystal doorknobs, and they had all this food. And even Peeta, you know, made the comment like, you know, look how, you know, everyone's eating here. And back home, people are starving. So, I mean, the Capitol made no effort to take care of.
When they were talking to, what's his name? The main announcer guy.
Stanley Tucci.
Oh yeah, Tucci.
Caesar Flickerman.
There. He was talking to Tucci. He's basically telling him, like, oh, well, we didn't have very good showers there. Meaning that they had no showers there. Yeah. So, but they made it into a joke, but he was, like, being serious about this.
Do I smell like roses to you?
Yeah.
You're not going to smell me, are you?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right.
We're not going to do that.
You know, they're in the districts. They were poor, so Katniss she was really the provider for the family because it showed, like, flashbacks of that her dad was a coal miner, which is what most people in District 12 did.
Yeah.
And it seems that he died, like, in a mining accident.
I think District 11 too, right? Were miners too?
I'm not sure what they were. I don't think they were miners. Oh. I'm not sure what they were though. We'll dive into all the districts one of these days.
Yeah.
But like in District 12, there were definitely coal miners, and her dad died in a mining accident. Once that happened, her mom just sort of became like, not absent, but just sort of like in her own little mind.
I would say absent. Just basically.
Like she was there physically.
Yeah.
But
just. Yeah. Just didn't care. Until her daughter was picked, and then all of a sudden she kind of came to light again. And she was basically telling her mom, like, if I die, don't do the same thing.
Yeah. Well, that has been our review and discussion on The Hunger Games. I really like this movie, and I think we both really like this movie. Yeah, if you want us to do Catching Fire, let us know down in the comments. I have no problem doing Catching Fire because
I think we can make room and stuff like that.
Yeah, we can make room for that one. So subscribe, leave a like, comment down below. Follow us on Twitter at Buddy Cinema, and stick around to the end of the video here. We'll show you how to make these Fireball Manhattans, which were actually surprisingly good.
Yeah, and we're done.
Yeah, we're done. We'll see you next time. Bye. So in today's video, we drink Fireball Manhattans. So to make Fireball Manhattan, you're going to put an ounce of whiskey, actually an ounce of bourbon to be more specific, an ounce of Fireball, and then a dash of dry vermouth. That was probably more than a dash. And then a dash of bitters. And you're gonna stir, and that is your Fireball Manhattan.